What's going on, everybody? Anthony here, Six Scale Mafia with the 𝕄𝔸𝔽𝐻𝐿. What is up, my friend?
Yo, 𝕄𝔸𝐿 here.
Dude.
Hello. Thanks, Anthony, for inviting me.
Of course, man. Of course, dude. Like, so Hot Toys drops the Batmobile. Like, what the hell? Like, what is going on with this? And Mario. Oh, there we go. Mario in. What's up, my friend?
What's happening, y'all? What's going on?
Dude.
Are we live?
We're live.
We are live, man.
You just came in live, my friend.
Oh, what's
you
going on?
Nah, dude, no, not much, dude. So yeah, guys. So Hot Toys drops it, man. So what is going on with that? We had the Batmobile, or I'm sorry, the DeLorean first, and now this Batmobile, dude. Two things that I know that Jazzinc was trying to do.
One, the Batmobile 2023 is going to be the trifecta. You guys, we're all screwed. We're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, well, I guess it's Mario. You just came in. What are your thoughts, man?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet, man. That's it. I mean,
all right. Well, it's just one photo.
It's just one photo right now. So
yeah, it's just the one photo. And honestly, I should have grabbed it. I'm gonna grab it right now. So,
but no, this is definitely crazy that we are getting all these vehicles. I mean, in the near future.
Well,
so,
and you know, it's
to Neuey's point, you got to be extremely picky. I mean,
they dropped it like now, which is usually, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually a release time, right? This is the time where we get a release. This is a time where we get a release. So they chose.
It's effing March Madness. We're in trouble.
Yeah. So, all right, here it is, guys. In case you haven't seen it plastered all over the internet already.
Now, didn't we actually see this already? Like,
we did.
I mean, not the Batmobile by itself, but we saw the Batman figure in front of it.
But this photo is a it's their signature, letting you know, hey, it's coming. Give us some time. We're working out the numbers. We are working the logistics behind it. Hold my beer. It's coming. That's what this photo signifies. This is what this is how we can interpret it. It could be a month before it goes into pre-order. It could be next week before it goes into pre-order. The point is, it's going to happen. And that's really the big take from it. That's really what it is. Right, Anthony? Yes. In a gist, I'm pretty sure that's what you got out of the photo too, right?
Oh yeah, this is Howard Chan flexing again. That's all this is. This is like my dick's bigger than yours. This is exactly what's happening.
And then so.
You guys definitely have a point, but the thing is, I'm not going to believe it until I actually see release photos, until I actually see a pre-order go up. Because how many times have we seen teases, right? And hey, we're working on this, we're working on that, but nothing came out, nothing came to fruition. Everything is sitting in like freaking, what is the guy call it? Some sort of like 6-scale graveyard or whatever, like Hot Toys graveyard. It's, you know, I mean, the same thing is possible for this, but I think it's highly unlikely. But me personally, I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't know. I'm the biggest skeptic in 1/6 scale land, Mario. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah. This little maneuver that they pulled here on us, I've never seen this before. This is something when they tease us, when they flex, when they fake flex, it's typically done in a trade show environment, in a San Diego Comic-Con, New York style, where you have Howard Chan and his fembots around him showing off, you know, 1/6 scale, 1/6 scale TIE fighters. This right here is a maneuver I've never seen before they do, where yes, you have seen certain props and vehicles in other official pre-orders, but this is a standalone photo. I think this is more of a to take it out of Anthony Scott. This is a mafia move. This is, hey, we're sending a message. You know?
Oh yeah, I agree.
We're sending a message. You guys want the Batmobile? We'll give it the Batmobile.
Hey, it's a shame if Hot Toys would actually put out some sort of Batmobile. You know? You know, what are you gonna do? You know,
dude, I'm telling you, it's exactly what this shit is, bro. Okay, this happened with QMX already with Pennywise. This happened just 3-4 weeks ago with the DeLorean. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing, except this time it was more, you know, with the vehicles. This is definitely a huge power move because for whatever reasons, and I don't know the specifics, but sometimes licenses can expire if you don't do anything with them. The perfect example was all of the X-Men movies and the Fantastic Four movies. That was part of the contract clause, that they had to put something out in X amount of years, and if they don't, if the time lapses, the contract is gone. Otherwise, it was a infinite contract. It was like, well, I forgot the term, but you know what I'm talking about. It goes on forever. As long as they can produce something, and if they, like I said, if they can't defer it, so they're screwed. So that's why there's this huge buyout with Disney, because they're like, fuck, they're gonna keep making stuff over and over and over. We just got to buy it back. So I don't know if that's the same case here, like with the DeLorean, for example. You know what I mean? Because as Denobi pointed out and shown, we talked about this previously. That's the 2016 prototype DeLorean. But they're like, oh shit, we got to put it out.
They dug that out of the archives, boy. They dusted it off and shined it, took some blogger photos, and Anthony, really quick, I got to give out 10 points to Braden on his comment. Mr. Denobi, I don't feel so good. Braden, you get 10 points on that one.
Oh yeah, that's the snap right there, huh? Yeah, dude. Dude.
Now I haven't seen the film yet. Have you, Denobi? Have you seen it yet?
Oh, yes. I saw it on Thursday. I knew this was going to be one of those pinnacle films. And I'm like, it was a work day. I'm like, we're seeing it. I caught a 6 o'clock show. I loved every bit of the film, boy. It was like, wow.
You're looking good, huh?
Oh, man. The soundtrack on vinyl, it goes on pre-order tomorrow through Mondo Tees. I love the music. I love the art style. I love everything about it. I knew I was sold 15 minutes into the film when this boy, Robert Pattinson, comes out of the shadows, stomping his big ass military friggin' boots. He comes out. I'm like, all right, I'm looking for the pre-order button. Let's do this. I'm sold. That was it. The look and everything. He's beating up those little punker kids, those punk kids. I loved everything about the film. It should have been I have a couple little gripes about it. I'm not going to go into spoilers on this. Talking about the Justice Mobile, but I felt it should have been an R. It bordered the R world, but
that's what I heard.
Otherwise it's great. It's coming out on HBO Max in 45 days. They've committed to it, so I was gonna see it again in theaters. I'm like, I'll sign. That's when I'll start my subscription back up to HBO Max, and then I'll catch Peacemaker and I'll see it again and some other films and stuff like that. But yeah. I haven't seen Peacemaker yet. I know I'm sold on it. I just haven't seen it yet. Jazzinc is pissed. Well, look.
I'm curious. I want to look that up.
Jazz. I mean, come on now. I look. Thoughts and prayers. I'll post it on my Facebook feed for him. All right. Look. It's
well, this was expected, man. And before I tell you why, Carlos with the $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend, so much, dude. What is it? Yeah, Jazzinc said Hot Toys took the DeLorean license last minute, and now Hot Toys is releasing the Batmobile. Should Jazzinc cancel their project? Well, thank you so much for the super chat, Carlos. I think okay, listen. This is what happened with QMX. This is what happened with even Enterbay. Okay, when Hot Toys fucking swings the dick, they take down companies. Like, that's pretty much what happened with Enterbay. They're still around, but they were doing a bunch of stuff. And then Hot Toys started doing almost the same stuff. Okay. So it's very, very similar. And let's not forget, with the announcement of J&D and Queen Studios going into 6 scale, what happens when, you corner a wolf, you know what I mean? Or an animal. Okay. That's when they're dangerous. And I think there's a lot of pressure going on here through, with Jazzinc, with J&D, with Queen Studios, and Hot Toys is like, nope, dude, we're still on top. And then boom, that's why they put this out. Bro, look at this photo. Look at this photo. Okay, let's talk about it. There's brake lights. There's the engine lights. There's the rear. This is showing us, hey, this is powered. That's all we know right now. That it's powered. It's lit up. It's all about the visuals here. It's all about the advertisement. So, yeah, dude,
looks good.
Dude.
That looks real good.
Yeah, that looks really, really good right here from just this rear picture.
Look, the collector community should be on their knees sending, you know, their prayers to Howard Chan. Howard Chan has saved you the misery, the pain, and the heartache from other companies. Trust me on this. All right. You got to, but I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience here. You would not have wanted to buy this from Jazzinc. I'm telling you right now, if you would have bought this this Batmobile here from Jazzinc, there's no way, as you're sitting on the floor recreating the scene chasing Penguin, your Batmobile would have probably shot a gas. It would have probably leaked oil. It would have blown a gasket. There's no way that vehicle would have caught up with Penguin in that chase. But a Hot Toys Batmobile, with a nice attractive price. It's probably going to be what, 800, maybe 900.
I think comparable to the DeLorean.
It'll be similar. There. It'll be similar to the DeLorean. It's going to be between $800 and $900, probably, realistically, because Batman is hot right now, and they need to. But you get it from someone else or Jazzinc, and it's going to be what, $1,800, and it's going to go through multiple generations of improvement until we figure. You know, it's just there's just too many ifs. There's way too many ifs.
Yeah, and here's the problem with that too. And I'll just say that I've seen pictures recently of like the race speeder in comparison to the Hot Toys race speeder that they showed off. You guys remember that? So they showed off the race speeder. Obviously, they didn't do it, but in comparison, you can tell that it doesn't look quite as good. And then looking at the 66 Batmobile, I mean, the lines are all kind of janky. Doesn't look, and nothing bad. I appreciate what Jazzinc was doing, but the problem is now it's not a fan passion project thing. Right now, he's officially licensed by DC. So you're going to expect that high quality now, right? This isn't just like a fan, created situation anymore. They're licensed. So now you have to look at that and be like, whoa, wait. If this is licensed and you're making me pay how much? Close to $2,000. And it's not like the quality. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's, and what people have told me, what Denobi's told me. I mean, your Batmobile, right? That was all.
My Batmobile is falling apart. Look, I've shown you. Can you pull up the pictures? They don't believe me. Look at this crap. It's on. Look, those are glass jars supporting the weight of it because it's and then the panels never lined up.
Oh,
look at the panels. I was never able to get those panels lined up. The cheap acrylic window on there. I didn't do anything to it. That's how it arrived.
Is that it cracked?
It's not cracked. It's warped. It probably got exposed to cold air and it decided to warp on me. I don't. And then the what's the other one? It cannot support its weight. Those are glass little jars. I had to figure out to put under there because it caves in.
Okay, so if you didn't have the glass jars right there, what does it just bow down?
It would bow down like that. That's what it would happen, like that.
Oh shit!
So,
and how much was this?
That was $1,500. I paid for that, by the way.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
So first generation Batmobile backers, good luck on you on that one. He hasn't even released a 66 Batmobile out to the public. I can't wait to see what the final product is on. I'm sure he'll figure it out. He'll improve it by the third generation. I've never understood.
Yeah, but I
think they're crap quality. Justin's collections literally unboxed items live on camera, and the items were dead.
Oh wow,
that's not good. Just like Ashley J said, yeah. Wow, really? You saw that video when it was damaged? That's bad. Okay. And like I said, I mean, I appreciate what the guy's doing, but again, it's like it was a kind of passion project, hobby situation. But now you're licensed, right? Am I wrong? Because I thought that's what happened last year. He went in. He took everything down, and they worked with Warner Brothers. They got the DC license.
He's licensed. He is 100% licensed. I told the community last year that he's backing the Batmobile Forever, the Batman Forever.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's collecting pre-orders on that, and he's using the film stock footage. He's using a promotional photo from 1996 to promote it. He doesn't even have a prototype yet, and he's collecting what, $1,500 on that. I told that to 𝕄𝔸𝐿𝐼𝐿. It's like, no, that's the prototype you built. I go, Nate, are you crazy? That's a stock photo that you can Google from the archives on Google. You can Google that photo. I go, he doesn't even have a prototype for that. You guys are giving him $1,500 for that? Denobi has me worried about the 2 dioramas I have a pre-order. Look, if it's dioramas, it's completely different, right?
Yeah,
a background, covered in styrofoam to recreate Hoth is very different than a 1/6 scale vehicle that you expect to roll on the floor like a Hot Wheel, not clunk out and you're calling AAA for help because you're stuck on the side of the road because the vehicle can't get back home. It's completely different. Dioramas are very, very different than 1/6 scale vehicles. Keep in mind though, he's collecting multiple 1/6 scale Batmobiles. He's only ever released just one to the public. Keep that in mind. Mario,
that's a lot of money.
I'm making you worried, Mario. Look, Mario, I feel like I need to give you a hug because I know you back that. I feel like I need to drive out there and give you a hug. Like, look, dude, it's gonna be okay. All right, it's gonna.
Nah, man, I
like messing with you there.
No. I completely intended to because I had the Falcon cockpit on order, and the thing is that I think it's just due to space. I thought I canceled everything, but apparently I didn't. So I actually got to contact Yost about some of these pre-orders that I have with him. But as far as the dioramas are concerned, yeah, there's no moving parts. It's just it's a scene.
Yeah.
I think he excels. In that area. I think the Falcon Lounge looks great. Amongst the other things, the other diorama pieces that he has is just it's just a bummer to hear about something like this at this scale with the vehicle with moving parts. But he's a single guy. He doesn't have a team of engineers that can actually design this thing right and put this thing together. Although I don't know, man. I'm just trying to see.
Well, you can't keep kind of excuses now, Mario, because if
no. I'm just trying to see it from his perspective because we got the big company, flexing, against a small company, right? He's just one guy trying to do his thing. Like what Anthony said before, it was a passion project before, and now that
right, but now,
but there's expectations now. I think he definitely has a responsibility to the community to fulfill quality product. But the thing is that if he's not doing it, then it just sucks for everybody out there to receive their product, and it's not the quality that everyone deserves or that it needs to be. You know what I mean? Like yeah, for you, Denobi, with that Batmobile, I mean that sucks, man. And the fact that he's actually doing multiple iterations, of that same Batmobile, and so what happens with you? I mean, does he offer you replacement parts, or does he offer you some sort of frame, some sort of structure that'll help support that thing? Or
well, it's going on 2.5 years. It's aging. It's not aging very well.
Right.
Let's put it this way, my vehicle didn't survive 2020 very well.
Yeah.
Look, when you're collecting $1,500 and you're doing, let's say, a small batch run, let's say 100 units. At $1,500, that's $150,000. You can't keep pulling that mom and pop bullshit anymore. It's starting to get old, especially if you're bragging your license. So, look, it's a very competitive market. That's why I was laughing all the last several days. I was laughing. Everybody's toting. Oh, Queen Studio's gonna teach Hot Toys lessons, and I'm like, oh, you kids have no idea how things work, do you? Yeah. Queen Studio.
I'm gonna be talking about
Studio's gonna show Hot Toys how it's done, and I'm like, Howard Chan probably isn't even waking up for this. I go,
Joe Mama, I think I am getting that SSR. That looks awesome. The Kingdom Come Superman.
What is this? Is that
this is the paint app on the 66?
Ew.
And I just didn't think it looked very good, man.
Mario,
sorry.
No.
This was sent to me. But I'm just kind of like, and look, and it's not like, I mean, I love the guy and I love what he's doing, and I think his dioramas are badass. I really do. But this is my whole point. If you're licensed now, Okay, and this is cool. If you want to buy this is totally cool. No worries. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is Hot Toys is looking at this stuff too now, and they're going to capitalize on that. You see what I'm saying? So it's interesting when you're dropping money like that, or you're dropping $1,500 and having to do something like this. Jeez. I don't think that's acceptable, man. My money means something to me, and if I want to buy something that's high end, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying there. I think that needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. Right? That's my whole point.
Definitely, man. No, 100%, dude.
It's just interesting. I don't.
Well, luckily that's not a final product yet. He's still, from what I understand, he's just like still sending stuff out for approval. I think he just got the box art approved actually for the 66 Batmobile. The car, I don't know if it's 100% approved yet. He's still, from what I understand, he's still submitting things for approval. You know, well, so that could be just part of the production process is what he's doing right now. That's well, it could be some early prototype. Who knows? Yeah.
Well, sure,
maybe you'll get it by 2023 Christmas. Who knows? I mean,
hey, maybe by then it'll actually be structurally sound.
If you're showing off stuff like that and you're licensed, I think that's where the problem is. I'm just saying, as a consumer, people aren't dumb.
So then, do you think that he shouldn't post updates? Do you think that he shouldn't post updates then at all for what he's working on?
No, I don't think he should. I don't think that's a smart business move. Personally, okay. Hot Toys doesn't show updates. They show announcements. You know what I'm saying? And then if they do a revision, then they'll show that at launch. Oh, by the way, Endgame Hulk is out. Look, check it out. We updated the head sculpt. Yeah. Like all in the same sentence. You know what I'm saying? So
what happens?
Well, okay, it's not Hot Toys' fault that Marvel ruined the fucking Hulk. The figure still looks great. You know what I mean? But that's
different.
But you don't think the Tony Stank thing could have been avoided with the Mark 85?
I think it could have been. But I also think that art is also subjective, in the respect that
no doubt, 100%.
That the Tony Stank head sculpt
should have been ignored by Hot Toys.
Yeah, but I think it was a good sculpt. I don't shit on the sculptors and the painters for it. I think the look looked funky for me, but other people love it. There's a lot of people I know that are like, I'm good with this head sculpt.
If nobody said anything, if nobody said anything and I would have gone and I would have been like, it's not the best one, but I wouldn't have posed my Iron Man with it anyway. It ends up in fact, it's out of my whole Iron Man collection, maybe 2 or 3 of them out of the 50 suits I have actually have a Tony Stark head sculpt. So it was one of those situations like, they've ignored the drama before. Why would they have addressed it on this one? They've fallen and scraped their fins before. Do we need to bring up Molecule 8? Oh, Mario remembers the Molecule 8 history. Yeah, remember that?
I do, man. I was there. Dude, I wanted that John Lennon too, man. I really did, but I would not want to support that company at all.
Remember that? Oh, I fell for that, man. Mario. Oh,
that was so sad what they did with their artists.
Yeah, I put my deposit on that, and then like 3 months later, when all the drama started hitting, I cried to my credit card company, and I got my money back, and I was like, shoot. So I fell for that one. I fell for the Molecule 8 drama as well too. But the whole point of the Molecule 8 is that throughout history, there's been multiple companies that have said, or people, the community, public opinion, this company will teach Hot Toys a lesson, and the collectors will get to benefit from it.
Well, you don't think so? You don't. I mean, look, you don't. Okay,
look, nothing's gonna change. I've been listening to you guys for the last 3-4 months. Not when I hear you guys all beating off to the 2-pack of Boba Fats and all this stuff, and it's gonna be the Grail. It's gonna be the Grail. Captain Rex. It's gonna be the Grail. I'm like, you guys are weak. The Jedi can cloud your judgment.
Yeah, look, the thing is that okay, look, yeah, Hot Toys they are giving us everything that that I would say most of us would want, as far as the Star Wars license is concerned. Now I know that you don't actually trust Star Wars, but the thing is that there are other figures that I know collectors are asking for that are basically being ignored, by Hot Toys. I mean, granted, they're not the only OneSixth company that's out there, but the fact is that other companies that are scaling down that do have great product as far as likenesses is concerned, along and entire quality with J&D and with Queen Studios, I mean, yes, we haven't seen anything yet. We don't know exactly what they're going to do, but I think just the idea of it is great for, for the community. The fact that there's more competition out there. I mean, that's why you see all the competitiveness in the statue community as well. I mean, you see Prime One, you see J&D, you see Queen, you see even Slideshow's kind of stepping up their game a little bit as well. So, but I think the same thing. Yeah, the same thing is not happening within the 6scale market just because Hot Toys holds that monopoly. They're proven. Everybody tends to go to them because we all know that, we buy them mostly for their head sculpts and for the most part the accuracies of the figure. But it wouldn't hurt to have competition as well. We see the third party actually stepping up as well to against them, and there have been improvements to some of these companies, but there's still. I know there are still some that are not completely convinced, to go 100% third party. But however, when I see a company like Queen Studios and J&D come into the fray, then I think that's a good thing, for everyone.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I 100% believe in capitalism and the free market. I do not disagree with you on that. What I do disagree is that when collectors say that Hot Toys is ignoring them, Hot Toys can only stretch themselves so far and so thin. It's over 80 plus pre-orders. So when I hear a collector claim, they're ignoring the figure that I want. Look, they got 80 plus friggin' figures, and then when they do release the figures, everybody turns their back. That Lando doesn't look that good. I'm not going to get the Mandalorian speeder bike. I'm going to get the Endor figure. So all you hear are these excuses. And it's 80 plus. So I have I have no problem with Queen Studio entering the 1/6 scale. What I do have a problem is everybody expecting this or toting or trying to coin the term Civil War. This will teach Hot Toys a lesson. The collectors are going to benefit. No, that's not how it works, because from what I see, the only thing that Queen Studios has is one license, Warner Brothers, and all the IPs there. They all look like one big snooze button to me. All right, it just does.
I'll agree. I'll say to James really quick. Yeah, sometimes they do. They did do that. You are correct, but it's not like all the time, and that is kind of my point. Whereas with Jazzinc, they're always showing updates, and I get that from a passion project point of view. But now that it's licensed, I think, just wait until you feel like this is a product that is worth that price tag. See, there's an old saying in business, and I don't remember it, but the point is it goes somewhere along the lines of don't show off your product too much to give any excuse or any reason for the consumer to change their mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? So give them the best possible presentation that you can give, and then back the hell off. Okay, and now they're excited, and then they buy it. But as pre-orders are getting, the windows are closing closer and closer before final release comes out. Don't show them shit. Don't show them shit. Yeah. Because if you do, you give anybody, as we all know, right? You'll see it and be like, actually, I don't know if I like that. Is it the angle? Is the lighting that they used? Who knows? But you might just be like,
this isn't for me. Apply that theory? I'm going to pause you there, Anthony. Would you apply your theory to updated head sculpts like they did with WandaVision? Are you okay with that? Because I'm actually okay with that. If
it's for the better, yes.
Okay.
But it's subjective. Well, actually, what is for the better, though? I mean, Donomi just said earlier how art is subjective. I mean, you guys said that you guys were okay with the Tony Stank head sculpt, but I mean, how do we know what exactly is better?
Okay, let's take for example, let's take Bo-Katan, for example. Are you satisfied with the current pictures that we've seen of Bo-Katan? Is that an acceptable
with the actual head sculpt? No, I am not personally happy with it, but I accept the fact that it comes with a helmet, and that's how I plan to display it.
Sure.
But so yeah.
Is the general consensus on that particular figure that it could look better? Is that a matter of opinion, or is that a matter of fact, right? So let's just say next week she gets released and they go, hey, check it out. Peep game, we updated the head sculpt and it looks way better. You see what I'm saying? That's where I'm saying that's cool, because usually when Hot Toys does do that,
Because they
do
did
it
show
at
an improved
announcement.
Let's Go for 𝐻𝐻𝐿, didn't they?
Well,
no, they didn't. That was fake.
I think
Oh,
it's
that was
totally
phony,
fake.
dude.
fake.
Oh, I
That was
got you.
So I
Photoshop.
don't
Yeah,
know.
that was phony.
Clickbait.
Yeah. So that's kind of how where I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
As far as Queen Studios and J&D is concerned, I agree with Will C as well. I welcome the competition. I mean, again, maybe you're right. Zenobia is just the Warner Brothers license right now, but
let's look at the context of the word competition. Is there really competition there? Also, Anthony, I'm also going to ask the question here. If Hot Toys decided to make these characters that were teased, would they sell or would they sit? Because they all look like big snooze buttons to me that was teased in this photo. But again, that's me because I don't care for Lord of the Rings. The fourth Matrix film, I never bothered to see. I just saw the reviews and everybody.
Yeah, that's questionable, that one, isn't it?
What was the other one?
Right.
Dune. Look,
so
I love the Danny new Dune film. I love the music. I bought the music. But do I want those characters in 1/6 scale? No. I don't want Timothée Chalamet's little, virgin ass and Michael. I don't know. That's not for me. I don't want.
It just doesn't vibe.
Wow.
With
it doesn't
his
vibe.
Virgin ass.
It doesn't click. I don't. The
Oh, that's
only
a good one. I
one-
haven't
But
heard
if he
that
wasn't
one
a
yet.
virgin, then that'd be a different story, wouldn't it?
The only character I would want from Dune, from the new Dune film, is Baron Harkonnen, the floating fat man. Have him floating there with his gothic and robes and all that. I'd be interested in that, and that'd be because the whole villain aspect of it. But everybody else in that film, 1/6 scale, no, I'm not feeling it. No. So it was, it's competition. It's Warner Brothers, man, and it's these characters like, okay. Gandalf? I've already been disappointed with my Gandalf. It was Azimuth Toys.
Well, it's Asmus. Everyone's been disappointed with Asmus, man.
With his recessed eyes. I'm like, do I want another again? No. Now, and then what's the other one? Oh, the one that's going to teach Hot Toys a lesson. The Dark Knight Joker. Oh God, I'm so over that property. Get over it.
I am too. But listen, I'm gonna to give Queen Studios, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on that one, man.
But don't use the word competition because these characters.
Well, there's a lot to talk about there. There's a lot to talk about there, and I'm actually working on a video for that on the channel where I still feel Hot Toys is not. They're not clutching their pearls yet.
No, I don't see
at all. They're the most well-known 6 scale manufacturer in the world, and they've got decades of experience, and they've got a ton of people backing them up. They're never letting go of Star Wars, for example. Okay. Now that's cool. That's fine. Okay. So they're good. There's a whole reason. So I'll talk about it later when I put out the video. But the point is, if Queen's dropping stuff like, let's say, a Dark Knight, and I agree with you, Denomi. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of this Dark Knight trilogy, personally. But if they put out a 6 scale Heath Ledger and it looks anything remotely close to their quarter scale, and if they do rooted hair and whatever's, and they just make, I don't know yet. We don't know yet. That's the whole point. We don't know yet. But if they do something dope like that, I would pick it up. I would pick it up because it is, now it's not direct competition yet, in my opinion, but it is a alternative, right? I think we can agree with that right now. There is an alternative, but it only goes so far because they're limited in the licensing, right? So I don't know. It's interesting to say the least, but I don't think they're. Look, Hot Toys is smart, and Howard Chan is smart, and I'm not trying to fanboy on him, but I just know that guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. When you see him do things, or you think about doing things in a company standpoint, and you go, "Wait a minute, well, why didn't Howard Chan do that?" There's got to be a reason why he didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying he's the end all. He's the genius of the world. But there's certain things in marketing and advertising and manufacturing.
Is it Steve Jobs of 6 scale?
Yeah. Right now, he fucking sure is, dude.
Yeah, I sure will. I'll give him that.
He sure is right now. I mean, look, this is a perfect example right here, man. Let me share my screen. And shout out, man. Look at that. I mean, that's what I like. That's the real deal right there. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, it's dope. And then you see this, and then you're like, oh man, okay, I shit my pants, bro. Like, because here's the thing. Like, whoops, I closed it. My bad. Here, like, you know, Hot Toys is backed by all that. You know,
Yeah.
if there's a problem, you've got it. And if you go through Sideshow, you got it. You know what I mean? No problem. They'll take care of you. Like, there's. That's where I'm saying now. If Jazzinc can get that QA down, right, and all that good stuff, and have great, you know, turnaround and customer support, no worries, because they're backed now, right? They're licensed. So what is Warner Brothers offering him other than a license? They, you know, maybe that's something that they got to work out on. But I know if I buy a Hot Toy, and if I buy it from Sideshow, and believe me, you guys know I'm not a big fan, but the point is their customer service is freaking great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just, that's the facts, Jack. Like, that's the facts. So I don't know, man.
I don't know if I've said this on your channel or somebody else's channel, but the only other company in the 1/6 scale realm that gives Hot Toys a run for their money, you know, where Hot Toys would be number one. Number two, I would always give that award to Blitzway, hands down.
I can see that.
Blitzway. Blitzway. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have a few other licensed companies, like I want to say Damn Toys is licensed too, and a couple others, but Blitzway has done some stuff that, because the IPs are not very popular, have blown me away. I picked up some good steals over the holidays. I picked up the Blitzway Zorro for cheap from a Hong Kong reseller, and I saw this and I'm like, wow, how did I miss this? Like, this is Antonio Banderas from Zorro. Like, this is a really good figure, but it was never hyped. No one gave a shit. You know, it was an old property,
X06.
but it was so good. It was like such a good figure that I ended up buying a horse for it. I ended up giving it, you know, star power. They've done any other company out there has any other company done a decent 1/6 scale Ghostbusters? Anybody can raise their hands other than Blitzway.
Just Blitzway.
Just Blitzway, which are now, those are all Grail pieces, even the original Ecto 1. So the only other company that has done a decent job of putting up a fight would be Blitzway. The difference with Blitzway, though, is that they're not keeping all their eggs in one basket now. They're like, look, we're going to keep making little tchotchke 1/6 figures for you kids, but we want to dabble in statues now. We want to dabble in some of these ultimate masterpieces. Ultimate masterpieces like their 1/1 scale endo arm I have right over there. You can see it right there. That right there, that's a work of art. That thing is
sick piece,
cool.
right? Brother Cousins has his too, and it's like,
it is.
I watched his review. You guys check it out. It's in the link somewhere down here.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And you did too.
The Ecto 1 behind me on the floor, which I'm going to put on a table. I got to get it. I got to do some B-rolls. I got a live stream tomorrow with Bluefin scheduled for tomorrow. We're going to talk more about.
I saw that. You're going to talk about that, right?
We're going to talk. I got the Bluefin marketing manager to come hang out with me. He's going to share some secrets on the Ecto 1 Afterlife. Look, 2023, we got 3 grails, and I hate using the word grails, but look, 1/6 scale vehicles, based on my experience, licensed, dependable 1/6 scale vehicles have always all turned into grails or chase vehicles, whatever. The Ecto 1, the DeLorean. Now we have this one, from the Robert Pattinson's the Batmobile. The Tumbler at one point was a grail, but Hot Toys got greedy and they decided to do a reissue on it. So now it's back to retail. In fact, someone even told me you can get it for cheap now through some Hong Kong resellers now. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know why.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem with Hot Toys, and this is where I feel like Queen Studios and J&D, they haven't said it yet, but this is where I feel like they could excel, is if their 6 scale figures that come out are numbered and limited. Or in my opinion,
I would eat that up.
You know, yeah. So I think that's a huge thing. And they did announce, I know Queen announced on Instagram that their prices for 6 scale will be competitive. Now, obviously, that's kind of a loose term.
Yeah.
Is that $300 more? Is it, you know what I'm saying? And here's the other thing, though. I think that would be great, because it's a problem with Hot Toys is mass producing and they're flooded. Yes, they're not perfect. They're overburdened right now. We've seen it. We've talked about it. I've done videos. Denobi's done video. We've all done it. We've talked about it. They're overburdened with the Disney license right now.
They sure are.
They're just pushing things out. And then, of course, they start to reissue things. And that's cool if they're just a toy company. If that's what you are, then that's cool. But I don't think that's why many people got into the game, right? So I think the other companies can have that going for them. If it's a numbered release, that's it. It's a premium, like top tier, quality 6-scale figure that has a finite number to it, and it'll never be reissued again. Similar to Blitzway. As far as I know, Blitzway doesn't reissue shit.
I have not seen them do any reissues. I've seen them do extended pre-order runs, which is how I got my Ghostbusters 2 years, almost 2 years after they were originally released. I got them at retail because I got them through KG Hobby, because he told me, it's like, yeah, these Ghostbusters that I'm selling to you, they never closed the pre-orders, even though the pre-orders were closed in the US through Sideshow and Big Bad Toy Store. They never stopped the pre-orders in South Korea. I believe that's where Blitzway is. Mm-hmm. So I was still able to pick up the Ghostbusters at retail. I want to say early 2019. I think that was the year. I picked them up all at retail, where everybody in the US thought that they were sold out and they were climbing in price. You could have still got them through selected retailers through overseas. I regret not picking up Winston. I should have picked up Winston. I'm still regretting that to this day. I didn't get Winston.
So you don't have him?
I do not have Winston. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I had the opportunity. KG Hobby he had them in stock. He had them all in stock. It was the last batch from the extended run, from the original 2017 pre-order, because I ended up picking mines up from 2019. I thought they were reissues, and they were not. It's just an extended run. So, Blitzway, from what I can tell, has never done a reissue on anything, on any statues, on any other Masterpiece series, the 1/6 scale figures. They do some obscurities, though. Like, again, they did the Zorro. I'm like, why would you do Zorro? But it's a cool figure. I like it. Oh, and then what's the other one? The one that was, it was bad timing. It was the Bill and Ted. The Bill and Ted 2-pack. That was a Blitzway. Yeah, that was just bad timing. Yeah, bad timing, because it didn't line up with the film. And it was just, by the time those figures came out, no one cared about Bill and Ted. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. That's why I kind of want some of the older stuff too. But they just don't seem to. It's like the hype train's gone. This was another one, right, that we're talking about, right? I think this is another this is another power play move, right? Mm-hmm. Because we had the third, who was it? I'm sorry. Do you guys know anybody in the comments?
Was it So-So
I'm
Toys?
Not sure. Was it So-So? I don't remember who was doing this. Yeah. And then Hot Toys was like, boom, same thing.
Yeah.
It's just,
But where is it? It still hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, but here's the counterpoint to that argument. Maybe Hot Toys is doing this strategically to stop people from purchasing other people's stuff. It's like stifling their pre-orders and, slowing people down from giving them consideration. Now they have pause. Oh shit. Fuck, is Hot Toys going to do this? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't want to buy a third-party figure. Then I'm going to wait. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that day never comes. I don't know, but Hot Toys doesn't care. Right? In that respect.
Yeah. There was a third-party Marty McFly, and then they announced the name brand, and that, I don't even think that third-party Marty McFly was ever released. You guys remember that? There was a company that was making a third-party Marty McFly.
Yeah,
and Hot Toys was like, oh no, well, we got this. And they ended up in under 6 months, they pumped out a Marty McFly, that 2.0. That was a fast release. That was a fast announcement and a fast release on that Marty McFly. I think it was Present Toys that was making a knockoff on that Marty. And from what I understand, they never released it. Why would you want that when there's a 2.0 Marty that's better in license? Yeah. So
yeah, it's insane. It's insane to think, because again, Hot Toys isn't stupid. They're watching everything. I mean, listen, guys, do you know how many companies share the same factories?
Yes, everybody's been telling me that. Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
are they stealing the molds? Is that what it is, Anthony? I mean, they have to be borrowing. Are they sneaking into the factory at 2 a.m. and heating them up and molding.
I wouldn't doubt it. Did you see the Chosen One, the third-party Darkseid Anakin with rooted hair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a Hot Toys mold. That's a straight counterfeit. They altered it, obviously. They gave it some rooted hair, but look at it, bro.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, let's just say, for example, like I'm chilling. I'm not saying me, but you know, I'm hanging out. I'm in the factory. I'm working on something, and another company's thing comes in, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh shit, they're making this. And then I go back to the boss, and I'm like, hey, you know, this stuff kind of came in, and it looks like they're going to be making this Trickster or something. You know, that's what I'm saying. Dude, people love drama. People cause a bunch of shit. Yeah, it's anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, like, people talk. Somebody finds out information, heard it through the grapevine, boom, you know what? We're going to put it out.
The big difference too with the Batmobile from the Robert Pattinson film, I'm very confident it's going to go into pre-order, is because they have 4 existing SKUs that have gone into pre-order on this film. It would complement, it would bring confidence to those existing pre-orders by pumping this bad boy out.
100%.
Who's not going to want their deluxe Batman next to the Batmobile? A $500
with a bat cycle and a bat signal.
Oh, that bat cycle is going to show up somewhere. It'll show up as some Toy Fair exclusive or some. Don't worry.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. Like 4 SKUs, right? You got your basic Batman, you got the Batman Deluxe, you got the Batman Deluxe with the bat signal, and then you got the bat signal separately.
Yeah.
So you're right. Look at all the money and time and research they've put in, and marketing and production into these 4 separate SKUs, and then they're going to announce this or tease this Batmobile. It's not like it doesn't make any sense financially or from a business standpoint to tease this thing and not ride the wave of success that's currently the Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Carlos brings up a good point on a super chat there, Anthony. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, that's actually a good point right there.
Technically, this is the second tease. Yeah, you're right. And thank you, Carlos, again, for $5 super chat. They teased it in the secret base photos of the announcement of the Batman, and I covered that in my video. Actually, I grabbed the secret. I always check the secret base ones because they sometimes, you know what I mean, they throw in different pictures, and you can see him. You see the Batman standing there with the Batmobile right behind him. So that was our first one. And that was what? Not even a week ago, right? Like 4 days ago? When did this just happen? I mean, I lose track of days.
Yeah, I can't keep track.
This just happened.
Yeah.
And now, boom, they put this out. They show this picture at the same time that they would normally announce a figure. Because it's always around 9 o'clock my time. 9:30 my time is when we get, Hot Toys announcements. Unless they don't care about them, like Harley Quinn, they put it out at like 4 in the afternoon. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, bro. It's just, they're going to put it out. They're going to put it out. Lale, dude, 1/6 what's up, Lale? What's up, my brother? He says, shout out to my boy Mario. Prayers up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. You know, it's just, I don't know what you guys think, man, but this is happening. I'm pretty sure this is happening because, like you said, Denobi, it doesn't make sense for them to do that and just put this out after they just announced all these other pieces.
This is just another nail in the coffin. It's just proving my point. Ease up on those day one pre-orders, kids, folks out there. Just slow down that itchy trigger finger on the day one pre-orders. Look, we all get wooed and we all get fancied by this wonderful, pretty toys, but man, oh man, I've never seen this. This is Mario. Come on now, we've never seen this before. 3,
not this many in this scale. No,
not in this scale.
No, this is the first.
Yeah,
this is definitely a first.
This is some scary stuff here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
FigFate, buddy, real quick with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my brother. He says, let's assume Hot Toys is going to announce the Batmobile and Bat Cycle. When do you think both will go up for pre-order? Weeks, months? Any guesses? I don't think we'll probably see away.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see I think we'll see the bike first before we see the Batmobile, to be honest. I could see that in weeks. I see the Batmobile in months. You know, just a wild guess.
I look, the iron is so hot right now. I would speculate within the next 30 days.
Yeah.
They need to, even if it's a 2-year delivery, they need to get that pre-order commitment that
they have to get the announcement.
Yeah.
Well, we all know, we've been in it long enough to know that like some things are so exciting. Like let's think about Django for a second. Django Fett got announced, right? I don't even remember when the fuck he got announced. He got announced and everybody's like, oh my God, Django, this is so dope. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. And then time goes by and time goes by and time goes by. And life moves on. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh shit, I forgot he's coming out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And not to say that you know, Django's nobody. He's awesome. My point is that hype only, you know, it has a diminishing returns. Yeah. You know, as time goes on, you kind of forget. And maybe in a year from now, when you remember and you're like, yeah, maybe I'm going to skip on that one right now. You know what I mean? So Batman could be the same case. In a year from now, if they announce it then and this hype train is gone, that's a huge factor, you know what I'm saying, in their decision making. So even if they release it now, say they do actually drop a pre-order within the next 30 days, given that we're given
2-year lead times right now for most pre-orders, you know, you can apply that same logic, you know. Oh, you know what, after the dust is settled, people are over the hype, the hype train isn't really there anymore for this particular Batman. Who's to say that no one else would actually do the same thing and want to start canceling other pre-orders for this Batman as well, just to make room for the next hot thing that's out there right now. You know what I mean? So that's another reality as well.
Point. If collectors see 1/6 scale vehicles as disposable trinkets, then this is not the game for them.
Exactly.
Also true.
It isn't. I can't stress how awesome it is when you have a collection to have a 1/6 scale vehicle. It exists in a different plane of existence. I'm telling you, it heightens the collection. It's worth the wait. It really, really is. I cannot wait to get the hover converted DeLorean. I cannot wait to get the Afterlife Ecto one with the gunner seat and the little RC ghost trap. And I cannot wait to own this vehicle, the Batmobile. It's probably going to be a 2-year wait, but just deliver it. That vehicle in the film sold me, as did the tumbler. I owned a tumbler. I had the Hot Toys tumbler. It wasn't for me. The tumbler was not a fun product that I enjoyed. It wasn't a fun toy. It was different. Really? I did not click very well. I had the tumbler. It didn't roll very well on the floor. It looked boring inside. It did not light up inside. Did you ever have the tumbler, Mario?
No, I didn't, but it's crossed my mind recently. Okay. To tell the truth. So
yeah, it's one of those vehicles that it looks great on the outside, and then when you put your Batman inside of it, it's boring as hell inside. There's no
I wouldn't want to do that, man. Like to me, if I want to put a Batman inside of a toy, man, I'm looking like at a 6-inch scale type of toy. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm gonna want something as a full display where I have the tumbler right here and I've got Batman right in front of them, where it actually displays more of a presence rather than stuffing them in there and making it look like a toy. So I would want to tend to more display it more like a museum piece rather than an actual toy itself.
That's all cool. Sure. We all want it. But but when no one's looking, you want to stick the figure inside the vehicle. Come on now. Come on. You want to put the figure.
You still want to play with your toys. Look,
my 3.75 I want to play with, dude. I still have yet to unbox these damn freaking these Razor Crests, man. I still got to work on that. So those I'll play with. 6 scale? Nah, forget about it.
Yeah. Real quick, man. I got a few super chats here. I'm getting bombarded, man. I appreciate it. I love it. I love it, guys. I love you guys. Look, Primox says, great show, 6 Scale Mafia. Awesome guest, Mario, and the 6 scale sage himself, Denobi. Thank you so much, my friend. Carlos, again, another $5 super bomb. Thank you, my friend. He says, after this Batmobile and bike, I would suspect the Batman Forever vehicle gets announced to incentivize the sale of the figures. Wishful thinking? Dude.
But that's the thing. When we're looking at these older figures that have those are already proven with the nostalgia. The Ecto 1, I mean, we've all grown up with it. Well, not all of us, but some of us here. Yeah. That's already proven with nostalgia. So those are, by definition, I believe, are grail pieces. As to where this particular Batmobile, it's so fresh, it's so new, it's so hyped right now. Everyone is so hyped about it. We just don't know how it's actually going to settle within the next couple of years. It could be considered a grail for some. I love the design. It reminds me of the 70s comic books back in the day. That 70s styles Batmobile. I love that. It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is that who's to say that interest will like I mentioned earlier, interest could possibly change, and this could be no longer considered a grail for some. So that's why I think when they actually release anything that's been proven with age already, that's already been basically iconic. But that's why I think those will sell.
But Mario, I got to pause you there, though. Every 1/6 scale vehicle that Hot Toys has released at one point achieved Grail status. The Tumbler only fell, it was reissued. But the Batman 89, right? How much is that on the secondary market?
But how long has the 89 Batmobile been in existence in general? That's the thing. That's been proven over time. That's iconic to most collectors our age these days.
You don't think this will age gracefully? You don't think
I'm not saying that, but again, art is subjective. For some, of course it may, but for some it may not.
Okay. Well, there's going to be a difference.
That's always a possibility. Okay. Yeah.
Let me say this. Let me say my piece on that real quick. But first, with Lael, man, 1/6 scale, man, thank you so much, brother, man. He says Hot Toys has got to get ahead of the curve quick, and I agree with that on a few notes as well. And if you guys haven't checked out Lael on 1/6 scale, man, his link is also in my description of the video. I think so too. I do think so as well, Lael. But I want to mention that real quick just to counterpoint what you're saying, Mario. Is like, as you guys know, everybody who knows me, blasphemy, blah blah blah. I don't like the Dark Knight trilogy. It's not my jam. I know. It's unheard of.
Watch this. Kick this old man out of his own street. No, just kidding.
This motherfucker. He did. I was like,
keys revoked.
I know. Listen. Here's my point to this though. It's because I grew up with the Keaton movies, right? And I prefer those. Yeah. And I honestly didn't care for Christian Bale personally.
For sure.
Personally. Now, with that said, second part of that, it's not my generation either, right? Like you said, it's iconic, the 89 Batmobile. Well, fuck, man, so is the 2008 Tumbler. Or whenever hell that movie came out, right? Yeah. So the generation, there's people who grew up to that.
Yeah.
That's their Batman. So what we're seeing, we're seeing this happen right now in real time with a new generation. Okay? It may not happen overnight, but this is going to be a certain grail for a lot of people, even fans now who've enjoyed the movie and like, oh hell yeah, that movie was dope. I need to get this, right? But there's a generation going to be growing up where this is going to be their Batman. I mean, think about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So you know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah, of course it's a generational thing, right? And that's what I guess that's kind of my point as well, between the three of us. Our generation was the DeLorean, the Ecto-1. I would say I will put the 89 Batmobile. Hell, I put the 66 Batmobile in there as well.
Yeah, I'd say the fucking A-Team van.
There you go.
PI's Ferrari.
Kit, Knight Rider kit.
Knight
all
Rider,
that fun
Airwolf.
Stuff,
fucking Miami Vice, dude. Give me a Ferrari Testarossa. I mean,
so I would, this is something I've shared with a few people too, Mario, and I'll share it on the stream. I did not care for the Batmobile 66 that was teased in San Diego Comic-Con. But what I would say though is that I do recognize the value, and I do recognize when I see a Grail, and I most likely would have ended up still picking it up. I don't know if I would have gotten the figures, but I most likely would have picked it up though. So it's I look at this, and like I said, there's just not a lot of companies that make dependable 1/6 scale vehicles. It's just not a lot. It's a very it's a niche.
Sure.
So if you're on the fence about this, I would really think twice. But I mean, again, I've been lobbying really hard for the DeLorean, the Ecto-1, because before those
nobody's spending everybody's money right now.
Yeah, because before those were just recently announced, every time I would join a stream, it's like, oh, I regret not picking up the DeLorean. I missed on the Ecto-1. Ecto-1 sat 2 freaking years on pre-order. I regret not. Well, the aliens who live in the wormhole have granted us a second opportunity here to pick up some 1/6 scale vehicles. So it's tough. I know there's so much stress out there.
It's the profits.
I can feel the anger in the community, the anxiety, the fear, because we've never had this before. Mario knows it. Mario's like, what is all this? All these vehicles?
Yeah.
A trifecta. Think about it. Can any of us survive a trifecta next year?
I am, as I've said before, and you know on my stream, I said I'm not financially prepared for this. And it's true. I'm not. I'm like, oh my God, like three now, like Jesus. Real quick though, let me hit a couple more guys on you, please. Ashley Chase with a
Chase for a sticker. Okay, cool.
Yep, $8 super sticker. Thank you so much. Bob Dylan as well, $5 super chat says Howard better follow through this time, or else it'll become the boy who cried wolf. He has big dick power now, but nothing lasts forever. You're absolutely right, and thank you so much, Bob Dylan, for the $5. Again, Lael 16 scale man, $1.99 super chat. Jazzinc, clean and weathered version. It's a win. Wait,
he's supporting. I think he wants Jazzinc to still come out with the Batmobile from Robert Patterson. So
because it's clean.
Because it's that one's more weathered, isn't it? I mean, we don't know. I mean, we're only looking at the backside of this Batmobile here, so we don't know actually.
We don't know.
How clean
I was
it
trying to
actually
understand.
is.
I was trying to understand what Lael's trying to say. If he prefers
Yeah,
the Jazzinc,
if the Hot Toys one is clean, if the Jazzinc one is weathered, I mean, you got options.
Oh, wait. Is that what you're saying? You're saying there's a Jazzinc one and then there's a Hot Toys one. So either way, it's a win.
Possibly. Lael, explain yourself, bro.
Please, brother. And thank you so much again as well, brother.
Yeah, I want to say he's rooting for Jazzinc to make.
I would hope. I mean, I like him.
I'm sure there's like 8 people out there that would still want it. So I can't imagine.
I just want him to be able to, at this point, now that he's licensed, to have that level of quality. That's all I'm looking at right now.
But like I said, I mean, as you posted, I mean, when is the Batmobile Forever, the Batman Forever Batmobile? When is that coming out? 2024? Has there been any? I mean, not updates, but I mean, that's another expense.
Did he announce that too?
Yes. You didn't know that, Mario?
Wow. It must have slipped on my.
He's collecting pre-orders on every Batmobile from here to 66.
Oh man, he's got to slow down, man. He's a one-man army, just him and his family. He needs to
Batmobile.
Yeah, he needs to chill.
Yeah, but
man.
that's crazy, right? So if he collects 100 pre-orders, right?
100
$1,500 a pop.
At 1,500, that's 150 grand.
150 grand.
He's going around talking about he's a mom and pop shop on Route 66. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, they are releasing both versions. Okay. That's what you're saying. Victor's there's okay. Jazzinc announced a clean version and a weathered version.
I don't know.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, Victor.
There's so much.
Thank you. Yeah, because I didn't know what you were talking about at first there. But now we have a Hot Toys version, most likely. So I don't know where we would stand with that. Are you going to drop $2,000 or close to $2,000 on a Jazzinc or an 800 or so on?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Hot Toy?
What if
I guess that's up to
make it just to prove a point. What if they both make it? Think about it, in a world where they both decide to flex, one of them is going to be the poor cousin. Which one do you think it's going to be?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I could certainly not buy 3 Batmobiles, even if this was my all-time favorite Batman movie. I couldn't, right? I couldn't get a clean one from Jazzinc and a weathered one and then a Hot Toys.
No one in the community has like a Jay's Garage in their module case. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some who do. I don't.
All right, yeah, everybody's saying clean and weathered. Okay, so thank you for clarifying, because I wasn't sure either, man.
Oh, I didn't.
Collector number 1, what's up, my friend? Yeah, it's either way. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm really just looking at the fact here that Hot Toys is done this now twice already, like back to back, seemingly, right? Once with the DeLorean, and now with this Batmobile. Both times. It was like this is like a corporate war kind of right now in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. This is what companies do. So
look, we're living in a very competitive world right now within the high-end collector toy community. We're going through like the worst in inflation on raw goods, raw materials, textiles, resins, plastics, oils,
Petroleum,
a labor
all that.
shortage. Remember, a good portion of the Earth's population kind of wiped out with that one situation back in 2020. A lot of people did not survive that. There is a labor shortage in most parts of the country. There's war on the other side of the world. It's affecting everything. It's wacky. And you have to be aggressive. You have to be competitive to survive. Because if you don't, you end up like Master Replicas or some other, any other toy company that didn't survive the last 2 years that fizzled out. Mario Eddie has a Batmobile from Batman Forever.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's right, Joao. You're right. I forgot Eddie had that.
Ogden says, well, they were planning on both versions. So I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure.
Nate will build Batmobiles.
Army, wow.
Army build Batmobiles. Now he's messing. James is picking Ashley Chase. Wow, 300 comments on the Batmobile Hot Toys post. Well, I mean, come on, man. This movie was really good. I'm telling you, this movie was really good. The Batmobile was badass in this film. It was good. It was really good. Yo says he needs more time on the Batmobile 95 since Warner Brothers needs more time. My God. Oh, didn't give him much. No original files. Anything. So
look, don't get me wrong. I want that. I want that. And if Jazzinc can deliver, okay, because that's my problem. Is this a fluke? Is this just a 𝕄𝔸𝕻 fluke right here?
That's the first generation, which had all the problems, and then he ended up correcting it in multiple generations. But the pawns who go first got the short end of the stick, and I happen to be a pawn in this disaster over here. So this is a first generation. And then once I posted the video, he's like, and then he posted his updates. Look, we're going to change it. We're going to fix this and do this.
But what does that do? I mean, and so you reached out to him? I mean, there's nothing he can do for you? Or
and then remember I had to remember this whole thing here. Remember this? Remember Wheelgate? Remember Wheelgate, the thing I had to remember this thing? Look, I use it to hold the bathroom door open now.
Well, because I thought maybe that's the problem. Like, would he, be like, hey, I'm sorry, here's a newer version.
So what happened was that mine arrived shattered. So he sent me parts so that I can create a makeshift workshop here, and I ended up doing on-site repairs myself. And then he ended up making improvements. I think he's on the 3rd or 4th generation on it. Like, he's made so much improvements. Like, he cut down the weight, he changed the axle and all this stuff. But that's fine and dandy for the newcomers that are joining in. But the pawns who decided to back it first, tough luck for us, huh? Mario, you're a pawn on the first backing, aren't you, Mario? On that Batman. Mario, I'm giving you a hug, man. I'm telling you, I'm just not kidding.
It's the same with Hot Toys. We saw that with the Deadpool when it first got announced, right? The first batch that showed up had the issue with the wrist. Remember that? And then what happened with the second batch? They fixed it. So it happens. It happens, man. It
happened. That's right. That's right. No, most of us, damn. Mario be pulling up the history files on me. No, that's good, Mario. The whole Deadpool situation is pretty good.
Dude. That's well. Look, I'm all for it. I'm I'm excited for Batmobiles. I know you're excited. Brother Cousin's excited. I know there's other people I know, I'm sure, getting the 66 Batmobile, and I think it's dope. But that's where I'm feeling the same, because on the same side, I want the Batman Forever Batmobile. Straight up, I want it, because I'm buying the Batman Forever Hot Toys, the Batman and Robin, and I thought it'd be really freaking cool. But I have to, I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of, look at what 𝕄𝔸𝕻𝕻's saying, and hopefully maybe now that's not the case, and first generations are okay. But that makes me concerned if I have to drop that kind of money on something that's gonna fall apart on me.
It's not cheap either.
Sure.
This is like $800. These are expensive, man. Traveling from the other side of the world, Denobi, how many likes do you need for us to see you torch the Jazzmobile? If I do. I mean, Anthony lives in Arizona. I'm in Vegas. I should tip it over the Hoover Dam. What do you think? Bring it over. Set up some GoPro cam.
We'll get a drone and we'll just get multiple shots. I'm kidding.
We're joking. We're joking. We don't want to get arrested. You can't tip, but you can't throw anything over the Hoover Dam.
No, but I feel like I love what he's doing. It's just my position is that if he's licensed now, I want that level of quality. 1/6 says, I hope Hot Toys shows the same love to Star Wars when it comes to vehicles. There's room for other IPs to breathe. Don't be complacent. Yeah, brother. Dude, can we get that Anakin Jedi Starfighter?
No,
it's not gonna happen.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
No, we don't want it. No, I don't want it.
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Well, look, I
want
it,
speeder
but I
bike.
don't think I would get it because it's so big.
It's so freaking big. It's just
a lot of those. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Star Wars vehicles, the ships. I mean, damn near every one of them is iconic. But
yeah.
I personally don't want that in 6 scale, man. It's just too damn big.
It's too big.
You know, 3.75 world building is where it's at, y'all. I'm telling you.
I'm with you on that. I agree, Mario.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The Razor Crest from HasLab is just phenomenal.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yo, look, all I'm saying is like, even with Jazzinc, he's dropping that Luke Snow speeder, and that's sick. But it is 3 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah.
And I totally want it. But the problem is like, where the hell am I going to put a fucking 3 foot by 3 foot
snow speeder? Yeah.
I was kind of bamboozled into that pre-order, man. I just expressed interest in it, and then he already dropped me he already invoiced me. I was like, dude, what the hell? I got to cancel that one too.
Damn.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Damn Mario. Leo, it's just an opinion, man. It's just my opinion, bro.
I like Mario's opinion. Mario, you're doing good. I mean, even though all your money seems to be invested into Jazzinc, so I'm
telling you, man, we're gonna make it happen.
Oh,
if you watch, we'll make it happen, man.
First, hell yeah.
I'll post it on Facebook.
Right. Oh. All right. So real quick before we wrap, because this is great. We're an hour and 10 in. This was just hot news, man. I was like, geez, I saw it. I was like, again. So like, just final thoughts on this one. With what's going on, is Hot Toys really going to release this? Is this a power move? What are your thoughts? Summarized, I guess, Denobi.
This is not only a power move, a flex move, but I 100% believe it's going to happen. This movie is just it's turning heads over heels. It's bringing people back into the theaters. I've seen John Campea. I've seen the comments. People are like, hey, it's my 3rd time seeing it. I'm like, 3rd time? It's a 3-hour film. It's worth seeing it. Anthony, you need to look. I'm giving you homework. You got to see this tomorrow. There's going to be this thing or whatever. I'm mandatory. Mario, he hasn't seen Mario, have you seen the film yet?
I haven't seen it either because I will not watch this movie in any theater. I have to watch this in the Dolby Cinemas, and they're all filled up every damn day. So I'm waiting for.
That's where you're not in love with this thing, Mario. You haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet. Wait till you see it chasing the penguin. And
spoilers, bro.
No, well, it's in the commercials. It's in the trailers. That's not a spoiler. What's his quote? Hey, take it easy. That's in the trailers. I think it's gonna be a home run. I mean, has anybody actually stopped and paused and analyzed the Batman Deluxe for 500? Was it 515? Right, the $515 one, right? Has anybody ever stopped and paused and think about that? You're spending $515 for one Batman action figure, a flashlight, and a diorama steps, and a couple batarangs. Has anybody actually?
It's a lot.
Have you?
It definitely is a lot.
I mean, at that point, when I'm running the numbers, like hell, even though 2-pack Boba Fett seems like a better deal at this point. your chest.
Yeah, but I can't.
But
deny...
it's a pretty flashlight. They're pretty batarangs that are removable from his chest, man.
I'm sold on
Hey, you even get the big old trash bag that he wears, man, to fly around. So hey, man.
I can't deny something that's just amazing though when I see it. Like that Batman figure is beautiful. But you're right. There's not like, that's what we're paying for. It's a figure and some small accessory plastics, but it's expensive, no doubt. I hope people are ready for that because after shipping and tax, it's $600. Yeah, for the deluxe with the bat signal, that is. But I think it looks amazing.
Not always, Anthony.
Not always. There are other avenues to explore in your purchasing decisions, but for the average consumer, you're looking at about $600.
It is.
It's a lot of money to consider,
but
it is a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful piece. It might even be the best announcement I've seen this year so far.
Yeah, remember I did the video. Yeah, remember the. If I bought this from Sideshow, if I was to buy this deluxe for some steps, a flashlight, and it retails for I'll get the $515, my Nevada tax, Vegas tax, shipping straight from Sideshow, tolling it up, it's $587. That's bonkers, man. For Batman, a flashlight, some steps, and the parachute.
That's true.
That's some decent money towards a nice statue right there, man. There you go.
Crazy. It's crazy. I believe the 19th Batman would be grilled today. Geez, I hope we don't not jank these prices. Look, I agree with Hot Toys not making it. I really do. It would have sat. Nobody would have bought it. I really can't believe it. It would have. Yeah.
I would have bought that.
I think they still would have made money, bro.
It would have
been the only one. I would have gone down with it, man. That would have been the only one.
Mario, yes, 14 people would have bought it, but the problem is that the DeLorean sat for 2 years. So,
and you think that was their reservation?
I just, you know what it is? I think that generation is aging out, is what it is. It's part of that same philosophy with Star Trek from the 60s, Anthony. You remember we talked about it, that collector that grew up with that, they're aging out, and
that is true.
It's tough. I saw Back to the Future in the 80s in the theaters in 1985 with my mom, family, my brothers. I saw that. So there's a sentiment, and I saw Back to the Future Part 2, which I fell in love with in theaters. Mm-hmm. How many of us, if you were 10 years old in 1966, right? That's when the series launched. How would you be? Somebody has to do the math on this. Help me out with here. That's an additional 70. You're going to be 70. Ballpark? You're 70. You're in retirement. You're in Florida. You don't have space in Shady Acres for a 1/6 scale 66 Batman because your son took it and sold it to
Sure, but I mean we can counter that too though. I mean like with Star Trek, being in the same year, original series. I love it.
It's again different generations, man, that appreciating some of these things.
I grew up with my beloved Fat Kirk from the 80s on the Wrath of Khan and Spock, and that's with the red tunic and him battling Khan. That I saw that in theaters. I'm old enough. That's the Kirk I fell in love with. That's the crew. I even enjoyed. I'm embarrassed to say I enjoyed Star Trek V. Undiscovered Country. No, I never watched any of the classics of when he was on board on the 60s. I never saw. I've tried to. I can't capture that. So Batman 66. And the problem with Batman, it keeps getting reinvented every generation. This is one of the reasons why I enjoy the Christopher Nolan trilogy, but I want a divorce from that. I'm like, I got a couple pieces. I've had my piece. This relationship isn't going anywhere. The Batman right now is the cat's meow. I'm willing to accept this into my life. It's different. It's like I said, and the other thing I hate about the Dark Knight trilogy is that it only had one great movie, and everybody uses that one great movie to justify the whole trilogy because I did not enjoy the first film, the the Batman
Begins.
Oh, dude, I loved it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
considering that the last one we got was Batman Forever, man.
No, it
Batman
was Batman
Begins
and
was
Robin.
welcome.
It was good. It was
Don't
good.
discredit Batman
Whatever
and
it was.
Robin.
Whatever the last shit Batman movie was, Batman
It was
Begins
Batman
was
and Robin,
welcome
yeah.
with open arms, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so
No,
that
It was
for
a
me,
breath of fresh air.
that was more something.
It was a breath
totally
of fresh
was,
air.
man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
it.
personally like it more than the Dark Knight. You know, I
Sure.
mean, I understand why everybody loves the Dark Knight and all that, but for me personally, I thought Batman Begins was a better story.
Yeah, I liked Batman Begins. I'll give you that. I did see it in the theater, and it was cool. But then, it's something about Christian Bale that I don't like, and I think it's his voice.
Swear to
I think it's
me.
his voice. Yeah, I think it's his voice, bro. And I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't vibe with it for me. But that was my whole point, is what I was talking about earlier. There's a generation that grew up with that, and that's his Batman. So, you know, I get it. Much like, you know, it's hard for me. Like Star Trek, really, Next Generation is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm wearing the damn shirt. You know what I'm saying? But I still appreciate the earlier stuff. I love TOS still, the original series, but it doesn't hold that place in my heart like Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and this is going to turn into a whole Star Trek thing. So I'm going to wrap because we'll talk about that forever.
Be careful. We're slipping. We're slipping.
Right, we're slipping. So Mario, yeah, I know Mario's like all these fucking nerds. Mario.
Here, I'll let you guys enjoy yourself.
No.
Oh.
I'm bringing. No, he left. I'm bringing him back. Listen, final thoughts, man. Summarize. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, definitely big dick flex here. You know, it's definitely a statement. But again, because I've seen announcements like these where the community tends to get excited for a potential release and nothing gets announced, I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, I'm sure there's a high probability it will be released, but for right now, I still remain skeptical.
That's a fair point. It
looks nice. It's got nice, pretty lights and all that. You know, it's got a nice booty in the back. You know, it's nice.
Well, you know, listen, this could be smoke and mirrors, bro. This could be smoke and mirrors, like what we mentioned a little bit earlier. It could be that, you know, hey, they're just trying to deter people from purchasing from Jazzinc right now.
Absolutely.
You know, just giving them that glimmer of hope that, oh shit, a Hot Toys is going to do this. You know, so it could be that. It could be that. I personally think it's coming. I think the success is too great, and the opportunity to not capitalize on this would be foolish.
It would be very foolish
100%.
because there were two IPs that really helped build the foundation of what Hot Toys is, and it was Iron Man, and it was the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy right behind it. All those Iron Man figures and all of those Batman figures. Remember those Batman figures? My God, Joker, you know, bank robber Joker, 2.0 Joker. I mean, they made such a killing. Catwoman.
Yeah.
The Tumblr did so well. They came out the camo version, the camouflage version of the Bat Pod, all of that stuff. My God, I mean, all of that just really cemented Hot Toys at that time. This is over about 10 years ago. And Iron Man. You know, it was Iron Man 2 that I slipped and I was what got me in back in 2012. It was Iron Man 2. People didn't. I loved Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was like, oh my God, look at all this. This is so much fun. And Dark Knight was trending at that point. I had my buddy telling me Dark Knight was, you know, oh, don't know, you're missing out on the Joker. But it was really Iron Man that really just got me in, sucked in. But yeah, back in that day, it was just Iron Man and Batman. Really, that's where they made all their money.
You know, and I liked Iron Man 3. I'm just gonna say it. I know a lot of people did it, but again, it's just, you know, it's crazy. You know why I liked it? I liked Shane Black for one. I like a lot of the movies he's done. I don't think it's his fault though what happened to the new Predator movie, but I like Shane Black.
Was it canceled?
You know. No, it just sucked. But I don't like a Predator and Aliens and Terminator, my beloved sci-fi franchises of my youth. They just can't. They're just driving these franchises into the dirt, man. And I don't know why. But I digress. My point is, I liked 3 because I just liked how it dealt more on a personal note with Tony and like going through the anxiety and having issues. It was more of his movie. I don't know, but that's my whole point. Everybody likes things different, right? So
I gotta be Chicken Little as we're gonna end this stream here, but look, it's the sky is fallen. You can probably expect the Batman 89, the one that's going to be shown in the Flashpoint film. You guys remember there's a Flashpoint film that's essentially going to rip off the multiverse. They're going to bring all these DC characters and make these little one-off cameos, and we're all going to fall in love with it. So I 100% expect what I'm expecting, Anthony. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but the Batman 89 that we're going to get, I think I feel very confident Hot Toys will make it. It'll be a proto version, not what was seen in the Tim Burton, but a slightly older modified. In the same way, the 𝐂𝐻𝐿-184 to the ℎ𝐿 Afterlife,
You're right.
Slightly modified.
Right.
Well, we're expecting to see it in the Flash movie also, right? So, I mean, there's your opportunity.
Right.
there.
So it could be different, right? Because if we saw those leaked set photos of Keaton in the Batman suit,
it's a different Batmobile.
You can tell that that's Keaton Batman, but they changed it slightly. Like you can see how I'm sure you've seen the pictures.
No, they changed it. They changed it a lot. I did see it. They changed it a lot.
But when you see it though, that you're like, okay, that's Batman. Well, what the hell did they do to the outfit? Like, but it still resembles the 89.
Yeah.
And that's what I think what ๊𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐿 saying is they'll probably do something like that.
The photos I've seen on the Batman 89 are slightly modified and tweaked, very different. And another example with Doc Ock from Sam Raimi, it's a different variant Doc Ock. We don't even know if this Keaton Batman is our Keaton Batman, do we? Isn't he going to be? Is he time traveling, or is he crossing parallel universes and shit? Because there's three
crossing parallel universes, supposedly.
Yeah. So there's a scene there where it's three different. So we don't even know if this Keaton is our Keaton. We don't even know if that's our Batman. That could be a very.
Well, Affleck is supposed to be in it too. So is he actually? That's another one too.
So there you go, guys. Desi Metamorphic Customs, my dude, man. He said I was a bit slow to put two and two together, but once I saw Queen's announcement yesterday, I realized Hot Toys would put this out. Makes sense now why Jazz is really fast tracking their prototype development. You're absolutely right. And check out Desi if you haven't. He makes awesome dioramas. His link is also in the description below. Yeah, dude. Listen, guys, we could probably talk about this shit all night. So I think we're gonna wrap. This is a good time to wrap. I loved chatting with everybody. Obviously, 𝐷enobi, Mario. Thank you for coming and talking. Everybody in the chat. It seems like everybody's. Most people are thinking this is coming. Some people have their doubts, but what we do know for sure is Hot Toys isn't playing around. So I guess we're gonna have to stay tuned and see what happens, guys. So thanks everybody for tuning in, man. I hope everybody has a great night or morning if you're overseas. And I'm sure this is not the last time we're gonna be talking about this. So we'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good night. Peace.